Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mackie and I hope you're all having a great day today. So we are on day number 13 of 25 days of Christmas, but it is also Tiny Home Sunday. Maybe I should switch it to Tiny Home Tuesday. That sounds a lot better. Maybe I'll do that after 25 days of Christmas, but for now it's going to be on Sunday. So speaking of which, this video is going to be a mixture of working on the tiny home. I honestly didn't get much done on it this week because I've been trying to figure out what kind of roof I want to put on and how to even put it on. So I've been trying to figure that out. So I did a couple little things, but it's also going to be a mixture of me building a little table for the van. So I'm actually going to do that right now, but it is going to be the last clip in this video. If you don't know, that's my van right there. It's pretty much done for the most part, but I'm adding a little table because I realized that I have nowhere to set my stuff when I'm sitting on the bench. Another reminder, I'm doing a Christmas giveaway. I'm giving away one of my surfboards and I'm not telling you guys which one it is yet. You're gonna have to wait and be surprised. But if you want to enter, it's completely free. All you have to do is subscribe, turn on all post notifications, and go to my video from December 10th and comment why you want the surfboard and what you would do with it. And then you're automatically entered. So go do that right now. But other than all that, enjoy this tiny home, tiny van video. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and paint this. I decided to paint it black. So we're going to see how it goes. I did put some primer on it yesterday. It's called Grippies. And it's supposed to make paint stick onto vinyl. So we're going to see how this works. I'm a little bit nervous because it's black paint, but here we go. Here goes nothing. I'm scared. Oh, alright, we're doing it. Okay. So far, so good. This is so nerve-wracking. This was honestly pretty sketchy just because you're not really supposed to paint vinyl windows because the paint doesn't really want to stick to it. But I ended up using a primer called Gripper and it worked really well. The paint went down perfect, so I highly recommend using that primer if you want to paint your window. Okay, so right now I'm just going to be stapling this against this wall and then I'm going to cut it and start putting the trim on. When I went to install the trim, I realized I should probably wait until the roof is fully installed just because it will turn out cleaner in the long run. So I decided just to hold off, but this is how it's going to look. So I decided to just start putting the casing around the window instead. So I just started out by measuring which cuts I needed to make, then moved over to my miter saw to start cutting it. So for all the window casing and trim around the entire tiny house, I decided to use this super cool PVC trim. It's just super lightweight, easy to work with, and I don't have to worry about it ever getting water damage. And I also found that it was one of the cheapest options as I was looking around for good deals. I was pretty busy all week, so I didn't have much time to work during the day, but I would just go back at night and finish it up. So I went and cut my last two pieces I needed to start installing the casing.
Mackie, look.
This stuff was extremely easy to install. I just took my finish nailer, held it up against the wall, and just shot some nails into it. When I went to install the top and bottom pieces, I realized it was a little bit thicker than the side pieces, so it just wouldn't look good, so I had to run back to Home Depot the next day to get the pieces that I needed. At this point, I just took some wood putty, even though it's PVC, it still works, and put it in the little nail holes to let it dry, and then sand it down so it's a completely flat, even surface when I paint it. I finished this up and then just let it sit to dry overnight. I'm going to be starting on the top plates of the wall, so basically it's just a 2x4 that goes up all the way to that sits at the very top of this wall, and they kind of combine all 4 walls together, making it more sturdy. So I'm going to do that right now, and yeah, I just made a little place with my nail gun. For this part, I just set my first 2x4 up there because I had to trace out a specific part I need to cut off, and so once I had that traced out, I went over to my skill saw and just made that cut. Basically, the way this works is that I have previously installed the front and back wall top plates, so the edges of those 2x4s hang over onto the 12-foot wall. So then all I had to do was cut down 3 inches off of the 12-foot 2x4, and then it just slips right in between the front and back wall top plates. And then I just took my nail gun and nailed it all together. Okay, so now I'm finally going to be starting on the structure of the roof, and I'm going to start on the cripples, which are at the very front of the roof, since it's a single slope roof. I forget what it's called exactly. What is it? A slanted roof. So basically it's just one high point, and the rest of the roof just slowly slants down until it reaches the back of the tiny house. So I'm going to be making the front part, so it's going to be 20.5 inches. Pitch, single pitch, that's the word I was looking for. So it's just a single pitch roof. I'm cutting out all these cripples for something called a pony wall, and it's basically this structure that sits on the top of the front wall. So the roof will begin at the highest point and slopes all the way down to the back. So right now I'm just marking out the dimensions for the table, and basically it's gonna sit on the end of one of the bench seats, so it's gonna lay flush against it, and then there's gonna be a hinge on top, so when I'm ready to use it, all I do is flip it up and I'm good to go. So I'm just marking it down. It's just one piece of wood. It's gonna be super simple. Clearly I just made the first cut. Now I just have to make one more cut, and that's the table all done. So alright, so that's the tabletop all cut out. Oh, and I just want to show you guys the van real quick. Okay, it's messy, but that's how it looks. Don't mind him. Don't mind the other van that's going off-roading for some reason. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing the tiny home interior pretty different from this. I'm not gonna give it away, but it's gonna have a different vibe in there. Okay, back to the tabletop. First, look how satisfying this is. Ooh, so satisfying. Back to the build. And I'm just using 220 grit sandpaper for this. Alright, and that's it. All I have to do is paint it now. Now I'm just gonna paint it, and I'm using the shades Swiss Coffee and a sponge roller. I'm just going to be installing the hinge, which is super simple. And here's the final product. I still have to figure out how I'm gonna set up the leg to come on and off, but this is what it's like. So yeah, that's how it works. So now you don't even know it's there at all. It looks exactly the same how it did before, except if I open this door, I can pull up the table, or if I'm sitting here, I can pull up the table. And yeah, on that note, I'm gonna wrap up the video there. I hope you guys did enjoy this weekly tiny home, tiny van vlog. Not vlog, but building video. Tomorrow I start on the roof officially of the tiny home, so I'm just preparing for that. So make sure you come back next Sunday if you want to see that video. Not sure how far I'll be along, but I'm definitely going to be working on it this week. So if you want to see how to install a roof or build a roof, come back. But other than that, I'm still going to be posting it every day for 25 days of Christmas and doing holiday and haunted stuff, so you don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you subscribe and turn on all post notifications and follow me on all my socials. I post van and tiny home TikToks every single day. It's just Mackie Albertson. And I also have a spooky TikTok also, which is Mackie Albertson Boo, so go follow both of those. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.